Hi everybody, my name is Daniel and this is the Wild Man Dan Show. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Dr. Hayes. He is the man when it comes to rattlesnakes. These venomous animals, if you have a question for somebody, it's definitely this guy right here. How's it going, Dr. Hayes?
Doing good. How about you?
Thank you so much. It's going great. I'm really excited. I love these animals. They're probably one of my favorites, and I'm pretty sure that's the same for you, right?
I like them more than your little decor up there.
I could imagine. So today, just wanted to pick your brain a little bit, see exactly what the different types of behaviors are, what kind of venoms we have, what species do we even have in Southern California?
Where would you like to start?
I don't know. Start with higher elevation, or nice high up in the mountains, maybe.
What do we see high in the mountains? Lots of Southern Pacifics here.
Southern Pacific.
Speckled rattlesnakes will make it fairly high.
Okay.
You can get red diamonds rattlesnakes high too, but up to the pine forest, they're really not there.
Okay, so just about the pine forest and then we're done.
Yeah, the Southern Pacifics really get up there.
Okay, so they like it a little bit colder, or?
They'll make it down into the deserts, but not very far. Red diamond will penetrate further into the desert. Okay. So the red diamond is a little more heat tolerant. Southern Pacific's less so.
This right here is a Southern Pacific rattlesnake.
That's a beautiful Southern Pacific.
Okay, and these guys are the ones that actually make it that high up into the elevation.
These will make it high.
And then the red diamond won't make it past the tree line. And now, what kind of venom does this guy have?
So I would call that a proteolytic venom. It's just digestive. So when they inject the venom into an animal or into somebody like you, it causes a lot of internal bleeding, digestion. Proteolytic is a good term to explain that.
Proteolytic, got it. Okay, that's really cool, honestly. Now, how long would you have to get to the hospital? Do I need to put a tourniquet, suck the venom out?
The sooner you can get there, the better, because the venom's going to damage a lot of your local tissue and could do further damage, to your kidneys. So it's dangerous. You want to get to the hospital as soon as you can. That's very important. And fortunately, you're almost certainly going to live. Your odds are 99.9% chance you're going to live. But an occasional death does happen. You might wish you were dead, but you're likely to live. You could, however, lose a finger. You could lose the mobility of a joint. You could lose your kidneys. Bad things can happen.
So, not very likely that you're going to get bit, obviously. That's the greatest part. Now, I've heard from a lot of people, one, that it's a good idea to buy these venom kits or these bite kits.
Snake bite kits, we used to call them.
Yeah, right?
They're still available. They're still useless.
Oh.
They're not good. We don't need those. They're a suction device. Research suggests that doesn't really do anything of much. It just kind of sucks. It totally sucks. So your only real valid treatment is get to a hospital and get any venom. Any venom can save tissue. It can save lives.
And the faster you get there, the better it is for you.
Absolutely.
Now, here's a really good one. A lot of people say that these guys are evil, aggressive, that they're out to get you, to kill you. My own mother's terrified of snakes, and trust me, she doesn't have that great of a time with a son who loves them. So, can you tell me a little bit about them? Because I've heard that they're at the complete opposite of that.
These snakes are shy, reclusive, they're inquisitive, they're curious to know what's going on in the world. They're not out to get us. They want nothing to do with us. When they see us, their first inclination is to just remain still, trusting in their camouflage to blend in with the environment, and they're generally going to move and try to get away if they feel they have to. If you get so close that they feel they have no other choice, they'll certainly strike to defend themselves. But they don't want to. You almost have to make physical contact with them to get them to strike. So I would not use the term aggressive. They are defensive when need be.
Genius. That's exactly how I see it sometimes. Even when out in the field, you'll walk right by one and it'll just stay coiled. It won't move, it won't shake, it won't rattle or anything, right?
Some individuals get a little more rattled and they'll start buzzing their tail when you're 10 meters away, which seems crazy, but a lot of them, you can walk right by them within almost inches and they'll ignore you.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me quite a few times where I'll just walk right by and then I'll be like, oh, I think I saw something, turn around and, oh, definitely, there was a rattlesnake right next to me.
They're not ignoring you. They're often watching you and paying attention, but they don't want to respond.
Absolutely. Now, you said that most bites happen when you contact the snake, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
I've heard that there's definitely a difference between males and women's in terms of bites.
To the humans, most certainly. So here in Southern California, 80% of our bites are to males.
Are you
Boys
serious?
and men, yes.
Why not girls?
We're stupid.
Oh,
okay. 45% are somebody's interacting with the snake, which is stupid also. And about 20% of the time there's alcohol involved, which is really stupid. So snake bites are associated with the two most dangerous chemicals in the world, testosterone and alcohol. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man. So basically, if you're a male and you do drink alcohol, which I don't recommend, if you see a snake, don't mess with it.
That's the thing. If you want to avoid a bad experience and a big hospital bill, leave the snake alone. Don't play with it. Don't mess with it. Now, some people want to know how far can they strike. Okay, so the biggest snake, rattlesnakes in California, is going to be 5 feet. Highly unlikely to get as long as 6 feet. You'll hear people claim otherwise, but they can strike a third to half their body length. Young ones might strike a full body length because they have more agility. What that means is if you're 3, 4, 5 feet away, you're safe. And so we like to tell children, take 2 steps back, Jack. 2 steps back, Jack. And that takes them out of harm's way. They should be fine.
Awesome. So I see a snake. It's out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 steps back, Jack, which gives me plenty of distance between the snake and myself.
That's true, but you're not telling me the truth, because you're going to take 2 steps forward. I know you.
Okay, well, you got me there.
But you're also experienced and very careful. That's important.
And that's all thanks to you and Dr. Fox, who have trained me so well.
Right.
I definitely was doing this a little earlier on, thanks to Steve Rowan and all sorts of other people. But hey, what can I say? It's better to get it from a professional, right? So we have a couple different species. So we have this right here, Southern Pacific rattlesnake. Do you mind if I grab a different one and we can talk about that one? Awesome. Now we actually have 2 different snakes in here. Can you tell us which one is which?
Sidewinder is the pale one.
That one?
And if the camera were to move in on it, you would see little horns, one above each eye. And those horns are to protect it from loose soil when it's down in a burrow, prone to collapse on it. And the body is pale like the desert. They crawl in a sideways fashion we call sidewinding. And it's really throwing its body in a looping motion that leaves just 2 parts of the body on the soil at a time. So it minimizes slippage on loose soil. It reduces contact with hot soil that may be desert temperatures, and it also is more energetically efficient. So it's a very interesting form of locomotion. It'd be something that'd be fun to videotape.
Absolutely, and I think we actually will have some videotape of that.
This other snake's a Mojave rattlesnake. Now they get a fair bit bigger than that. Sidewinder doesn't get a lot bigger than that. The Mojave certainly does.
Huh.
And that snake is, some people think it's very dangerous and very nasty. It's just as shy as the other rattlesnakes. Wants nothing to do with humans. But it does have a toxin in its venom that makes it more dangerous.
I was going to say, we did study it in class a few times, and you were talking about a neurotoxic venom, correct?
It has a neurotoxin called Mojave toxin in its venom, yeah.
Ah, okay. And what exactly would that one do to your body compared to, like, let's say the Southern or maybe a Sidewinder?
Well, being a neurotoxin, it's going to bind. So what happens is you have a nerve signal going from your brain to a muscle, and it tells the muscle to move, right? To tighten. That creates motion, and to do that, the ending of the nerve, there's a little gap to where the muscle is, and a neurotransmitter has to trickle across that and bind to the muscle side.
Okay.
This neurotoxin blocks that binding on the muscle side, and so you end up with muscles that don't function, paralysis. You start having eyes that aren't working right, you start having gastrointestinal issues, you could have breathing issues. Fortunately, these aren't quite as bad as some of the Australian and African and Asian snakes with highly neurotoxic venom, but they have it. Some of our other rattlesnakes have that as well, by the way, including our Southern Pacific rattlesnakes in one location here in Southern California.